took a slam, not falling forward, but falling backwards.
Yeah.
I took a slam skating alone, cup cam.
Oh, respect, son.
Because I was shooting, I was trying to read and learn fast plants.
Yeah.
And fast plant to fakie.
Ooh.
And then I just started going in on foot plants for whatever reason. So I just went into a foot plant run.
Yeah.
Like made a fast plant, did a boneless.
That's your fault.
Went to sweeper.
Yeah, you've got those.
You would think.
Yeah.
And then went and made it, but kind of did it fast and did a half squat. And then just boom on my back. On
By
the flat,
yourself.
right out of frame.
Oh,
So you hear it, and my pelvis just got jarred.
Yeah.
And then it froze up my lower back, and I was like, a sweeper.
Yeah.
That's all I could think. Like the rest of the set, I skated because you can outrun the pain for a little bit. So I skated the rest of the session, got in my car, and just like, oh, and then the whole time I was like, fucking sweeper.
Outrun the pain is a sick motto.
That was always Matt Hoffman's MO when he would take a slam during a demo.
Right.
Just to get back up while it's still loose, while I can still do it, and then suffer after.
Yeah, I knew people that if they slammed, they would get up and run. And I always felt like that was like stupid. But then when they explained the angle, I was like, oh yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah. Well, I shot with Gregson here last year. Like we were trying to shoot a line.
Yeah.
And I had a really difficult line for me, especially in that stage of my recovery. And between two tricks, just washed out. Like I did stalefish. I was going up for Indy alley-oop. Like that part of the line was not the hard part.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, I'm on my back, elbows hit, completely jarred. And in any other context or situation, I'd been like, that's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, no, he's here. We're trying to get this line.
See,
Gotta push through. But that night I paid the price.
See, but that's right there when you made the mental decision that because you still had more to do. That's the thing that keeps me going. Is if I wake up and I can't move, I don't care. Like I know it. I know it from fighting as well. I've had fights where I'm so tired, and then I get up from a scramble and I gotta keep defending myself. I gotta punch back, and I'm like, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
My arms don't work anymore. And I'm like, yeah, well, if you don't get your arm up around your face right now, he's gonna punch you in it. So you better get your hand up to your face. And then the more I did that, the more I was like, even when you've got nothing left, there's always something. It's this, where it was like, my cardio is gone. And I'm like, but I will not.
Yeah.
And then you tell yourself, and that's like, I wake up in the morning sometimes and I sit on the toilet and I go, that leg isn't going to get you off the bowl. And I'm like, that leg can shut the fuck up because we're getting up and we're going to get some
gauge.
shit.
That's the litmus test. Is
the what test?
That's like your gauge in the morning.
Who's lemons?
Litmus.
Who's litmus?
It's like a scientific term. Don't worry about it.
Is he a smart guy?
Apparently, if they named something after him.
That's probably fair, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
actually, he got a paper named after him, litmus paper.
And what's in the paper? Like how
the paper is how you test different chemicals.
Right, but in science, they're always
liquids.
Sometimes they're saying that it's a fact, but it's never a for sure a fact because they're always learning new stuff. And science is always willing to accept that they were wrong so that they can keep furthering themselves. That's what I am.
Okay.
This is as far as you can go, and I'm like, I'm doing some more research. I think you
do
can
my
go
own,
further.
Do your own research.
I think you know that I'm not that. I might be that guy lately. I swear.
That when I was telling you about that thing when I was shooting with Chris, I remember when I finally did do the line. It wasn't the line I set out to do because I got hindered from the slam. When I finally made it, I barely popped out on the deck and then started dry heaving.
Hey,
luckily,
hey.
As he went up, he didn't see me collapse on the deck.
Yeah,
and start like almost puking right there.
He's fired.
No, but I was thankful that it wasn't shown. That's all I'm saying.
Why? That's what it takes.
No, it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, good. It isn't pretty. Life's not pretty. Wake up.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
I love that. If I slam and it's not on video, it's like you gotta have that. People need to know. Like kids just think like, I'm gonna be a TikTok star. And I'm like, yeah, well, that'll last a little bit. If you're lucky, well, you're probably not going to get that. But even if you do, then it'll crash and no one's going to like you. You're going to find out that you were all smoked in the first place, and then you got to recreate yourself. Like hard work, bad times, things that don't work out for you, and then you keep going. Balboa effect, son. Even though that's a fake dude.
Balboa?
Still real. Yeah, Rocky Balboa. Doesn't matter how hard life gets. It's about getting back up.
It is about getting back up. When you were talking about the mermaid,
I can't wait.
My biggest flex,
for
a birthday,
you're gonna destroy me.
Came kind of as a surprise, but my daughter Katie loved Yo Gabba Gabba.
I was there.
I know, but that was the biggest flex.
And
it was completely shocking that they did that,
dude. I was stoked.
So. When she was little,
Everybody from Yo Gabba Gabba was there.
When she was very little, I know one of the creators, Yo Gabba Gabba, Christian Jacobs, also the Bat Commander, Aquabats, also was in Gleaming the Cube. He and I have been friends for a long time. And they had just wrapped what I thought was their final season.
Oh, okay.
Of Yo Gabba Gabba.
Yeah.
And that was like the one show my daughter would fixate on.
Yeah.
And then she was really young though. And I said, hey, would there be any way to like bring a character or something to her party? And he's like, we can bring them all. What do you mean, bring them all? He's like, yeah, we'll bring them all. And DJ Lance. I was like, come on, dude. Like that's. And he's like, no, he's into it. I asked him. He's like, yeah, let's do it. That sounds fun. It'll be like a little reunion for us because we haven't, and I was just like, okay. And then so I built a stage.
Yeah.
In my yard.
Yeah.
And they did a Yo Gabba Gabba live show. That was absurd.
Dude,
I mean, even in it, I felt a little silly. I was like, this is a lot.
You know what's crazy is
what am I, a Kardashian?
You earned it. But do you know what your ultimate flex was? My flex was I know you, and I came with my kids. I was like, yeah, I know Tony Hawk. He knows Yo Gabba Gabba. And same deal, but less work. I just showed up and was like, there they are. Dad, you're the best. I'm like, well, I guess I am. Like,
that was wild.
I didn't do nothing.
I was worried too because she was still young, so it was like getting to be nap time.
Yeah.
When they were about to go on, I was like, no, like you got to stay up. We're doing this.
Yeah, no nap today.
But she did not like around. They had a little area where they were getting dressed, and she saw Fufa's head detached.
Oh, that's not cool.
And that wasn't cool.
Right, because he died kind of for a second.
It was just kind of like why, what, and then
that can't be right.
But then Fufa came, and Fufa was complete. It was fine. Everything was good. Yeah.
Speaking of nap time, do you see that video of the mum telling Skater to get off the skate park? And she was there with a bunch of other mums, and they had like all toddlers, and they just like stampeded the skate park.
No,
dude, it's like a viral thing where there's a bunch of mums. It's crazy, dude. Like this kid's probably like 16, 17.
Yeah,
he's come to the skate park. It's in the middle of a park, in the middle of a giant park of green. Like it's a park, lots of stuff to play with if you're a kid. Mum's got the strollers. I think there's probably
and they want to slide down the ramps and stuff.
They don't have no skateboards. They don't even have scooters, dude.
Yeah, I know that vibe.
They're just like climbing the quarter pipes and stuff. And the kid goes, hey, could you guys like move a little bit so that we could skate? One mum starts arguing. Another mum comes up and starts flipping out on the dude. You need to get out of here. This is our time. When the kids, when it's nap time for the kids, then you can have it back. And he was like, it's a skate park. Like he wasn't being rude. Like he didn't say anything.
Wow.
He was like, yeah, but this is a skate park. You have a park. Like he had a real good argument, and he was being nice about it. And she was being an absolute C-bomb, like just going in on him. And it's like a viral, like because she started talking to him in the mum. I kind of respected it a little bit because she was like such a mum that she was like, soon it'll be nappy time. and then you'll get your little skate park back. And I was like,
control the narrative of everything.
yeah, but it was just, he was
Wow.
like, but it is a skate park, and your kids could go into the grass. Like, it would be different if it was like, there's no, you know what? It wouldn't, there's no different. It's a skate park for skateboarders. And this mum's like, no, it's not. It's a playground for toddlers until it's nappy time. You haven't seen it?
No, I haven't seen it, but I just like it. It's such a sea change in terms of what we grew up with, where there were no skate parks or there was one skate park.
Right.
You were not seeing that kind of issue there.
Yeah.
Because it was so foreign to everyone. And also, for the most part, the skate parks were not in nice areas.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing.
Parents weren't bringing their toddlers in those areas.
And I think maybe that's I'm more reactive to it because I grew up in an era where if you tried to kick me out of the skate park, I'd be like, dude, we've got no place else to go.
The best
like,
was,
you cannot say that to me.
Back in the day, it was the YMCA vert ramp was pretty much the only vert ramp around.
Yeah.
And then come whatever time it was, 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, when they're trying to close.
Yeah.
And everyone's still trying
dream
tricks, and they start to drag the chain across the ramp.
Yeah.
Those are such vivid memories for me.
Yeah, where you've never been more amped.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, wait, one more, and he's halfway across the ramp, so you only have half the ramp to try it now.
Dude, I've told you the story of McGill's skate park where McGill's dad had the chain and he's coming across and I was trying tail grab 540s and I made my first one there and I landed on one and almost made it and he's got the chain and I'm like, please, Mr. McGill, please let me try. And he's like, all right, I'll let you have one more go. And I'm like, okay. And then it's on and I make it. I'm like, yeah, like everyone's freaking out. He goes, my son invented that. You know that, right? I'm like, he didn't do tail grab, dude.
Of course you have to clap back. You can't just let it go.
Like, come on. How can he not tell the difference?
Can you just give Mike's dad his due? Can you just let him have that moment?
I would have. I'm sorry.
I love how you're combative.
Dude.
Yeah, that's not the same grab,
It's
though.
Weddle it's like two different hands. Come on, man.